Hello again, everybody. Harold Platypus here. This week we are discussing Interstellar by Christopher Nolan. This is his big time trying to do a big space epic. He's like, hey, I'm tired of farting around with Batman. It's time to do some big shot, science fiction film. So let me tell you, if you like your science fiction with a heavy dose of cheese, then this is the movie for you. If you like the straining chords of music and people crying and getting all emotional, then go and see this one, because that's what you're gonna get. I guess the general premise, without getting into too much detail, too many spoilers, is it's in the future. The earth is all kind of farty because because of stuff going on today, like global warming, climate change, all that kind of stuff. The main character is this guy Cooper, played by Matthew McConaughey. He's a farmer, and farmer slash engineer slash ex-astronaut, and whatever. I mean, he witnesses firsthand how bad the environment is because he's a farmer, and farms aren't doing so well. The weather's really bad. It's dry. There's lots of dust. There's lots of blight. This kind of thing. And whatever, without ruining stuff or giving too much away, they sort of figure out that, life on Earth isn't really going to be so great, and then in a few more generations, and they have to, go into space, go out there and, see if they can find, some other place or whatever. So that's the general idea. Earth is farty, and we have to find something else. I don't know, it is kind of scary, so hey, and let me tell you, you don't see platypuses out there, going out there, or I'm running, you don't see platypus billionaires out there polluting and stuff, and going out and mining oil and stuff. So hey, you guys get your shit together, because you're not just killing yourselves, but you're killing everything else. And if us platypuses were a little bigger, we'd probably slap some people around. But whatever, we're a very small minority. But I don't know. Who knows? That is my message. I don't know. As platypuses, we don't want to get taken out by you guys. Maybe some of us should go to school and, learn how to, build our own spaceships, so we can, say, hey, we're just going to take off because you guys are messing things up. So us platypuses are going to, say, see you later. We're going to go out into space on ourselves, by ourselves. It's got Matthew McConaughey in it, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, and some other people too. Hey, Michael Caine's in it too. I was surprised to see that guy in this here film. If I had directed this film, I would have canned those other guys, those other Joker actors, and been like, hey, Mr. Caine, you're gonna be the guy, and he'd bring a bit of class and fun to this movie. He'd be like, hello, darling, let's you and me go up into space, shall we? I brought some good bourbon with me and a bit of wine. Some interesting part of the visual stuff is that, they actually show you what it would look like if you were, standing on a ship that was, spinning around to create its own gravity, and then, what it would look like when you looked out the window. And let me tell you, man, that would take a long time to get used to, because I was getting nauseous just sitting in the theater. I couldn't imagine what it would be like, to actually be in a space station or a spaceship with gravity. Well, when you look out the window, everything's spinning around in a circle. Like, I would be the guy like, oh, Platypus, you're throwing up all over this spaceship again. And I would say, well, I don't know, maybe we should put some blinds on these windows. I will give the filmmakers this. This is a very good looking film. They apparently a lot of the ships and stuff, they actually made models, and they sort of combined, model building with with 3D computer graphics. So, I think this is very effective because it makes like the models and the ships look very, makes them look very realistic and, like solid actual solid objects, like, and they're lit very well. So it makes them look real. And then combined with the 3D computers, it is a very good, it is a very good combination, Yeah, the set designers and costume designers, they got a really good eye, and I like the way how everything looks sort of grimy and lived in. That is very good. This does look like, when you see the stuff in this film, you do get the impression that these pieces of equipment have been around a while, and that they actually work. This is not sort of like a weird sort of Star Trek type sterile space. Like, this is not a movie where the whole time they're standing in front of a blue screen. They're actually, there is some on location stuff, which, is very, very refreshing, that's for sure. If this movie proves anything, it's that Stanley Kubrick, man, he died too young, because there was a guy who could tell a good science fiction story, a complex story, but without, a lot of sort of hokey Hollywood nonsense, just tell a good old story that would really make you think, Yeah, this movie's got a lot of drama, a lot of heavy-duty drama, lots of crying and emotional stuff, and by gosh, like, you can only take so much of it, and after 3 hours, it's like, holy cow, man, I just hope this spaceship just crashes into a planet or gets hit by an asteroid or something. It's kind of corny. It is corny. Hey, it is a corny movie, but maybe it makes sense because in this world, the only thing they can grow is corn. This movie still has nothing on 2001. If Stanley Kubrick saw this movie, he'd go up to Christopher Nolan and slap him with his giant testicle. Yeah, so when you go into this movie, go in there being like, well, I'm going to see an action movie with, some explosions and some sort of science babble. And if you look at it like that, then I think you will really much enjoy this film. It will, it does entertain, no doubt about it. It entertains, but like I said, some of this sort of heavy-duty, cheesy drama stuff, after a while, you're like, oh, they're gonna play blare the music again, and let's start crying again. This kind of stuff. So whatever, just keep that in mind, and hey, man, if you like that kind of stuff, then you'll love this movie. If you don't like this kind of stuff, I don't know, maybe afterwards, after you see it, or before you see it, maybe have a little puff or something, or whatever. Maybe hit yourself over the head with a hammer, and then maybe you'll enjoy things better. Anyways, for this week, I'm Harold Platypus, and see you next time, whatever the next movie.